Neoclassicism was very common in Europe during the second half of the 18th century and the first half of the 19th century. It followed the classical principles of art, and it was very widely accepted by the enlightened individuals and the middle class people. It followed the style of moral and order, and enlightened despots used this style to rearrange and to modernize cities. They commonly associated with improvement measures such as opening of boulevards, construction of fountains, creation of sewage systems, and installation of street lights. Neoclassical architecture was very well proportioned, and it also followed the classical elements of Roman and Greek architecture. Very good examples of this style are the Pantheon in Paris, the British Museum in London, the Propylae in Munich, the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin, or the Capitol in Washington, D.C. In Spain, Charles III uses the neoclassical architecture for constructions such as the Paseo del Prado, the Gabinete, now known as the Museo del Prado, built by Juan de Villanueva. Other examples are the Alcalá Gate in Madrid or the Customs Palace in Barcelona. Neoclassical sculpture is very carved in marble. It uses mythology themes and portraits. Important neoclassical sculptor was Antonio Canova, who built Cupid and Psyche, as well as Paulina Borghese as Venus Victrix. He worked in late 18th century and early 19th century in the European courts. You can find neoclassical sculptures in Spain, such as the Cibeles and Neptuno fountains in Madrid. Classical paintings follows the elements of sculpture, hence why people look like statues. The colors are pure, and there is a very big contrast of lights and shadows. Drawings are very marked, and it dominates over color. Main themes, such as the others we talked about, are mythology, portraits, and history. Main neoclassical painters are Anton Raphael Mengs and Jacques-Louis David. They drew the Oath of Ferrati, the intervention of the Sabine woman, the death of Marat, the consecration of the Emperor Napoleon I, and the coronation of the Empress Josephine. The most important neoclassical painter in Spain was Francisco Vídeo, and some pictures by Francisco de Goya, whose pictures were very personal and changing.